Last time, as you recall, a Rouge Master Gardener refused to follow the expert advice of her very knowledgeable county extension agent, and suffered dire consequences for consuming a delicious but scientifically untested evil squash pie. After returning the robot from eternal damnation to the proper earthly authorities, the evil squash monster, who is being held under heavy restraints, is pursuing legal action against our beloved robot for attempted herbicide. This is the case of the evil squash versus robot B9.
The Court of Verbal Abuse is now in session. The Honorable Hiram T. Hangman presiding. All rise.
Order in the court. I will have order in this court. Bailiff,
You may now be seated.
present today's docket.
The case of the evil squash monster versus robot B9, out the Master Gardeners, Your Honor. Circumstances being on a lazy afternoon in a summer month, the defendant is accused of attempting to disintegrate the plaintiff by use of an unregulated 100 gigawatt lightning bolt, allegedly demonstrating malice and reckless disregard for public safety.
Objection, Your Honor. Defamatory statement. Overruled. You can't object to an officer of the court, Counselor. Now kindly take your seat. Bailiff, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. It is further alleged that it is only due to the robot's extreme ignorance of plant identification that the plaintiff was spared the righteous indignity of a premature demise. Unfortunately, an innocent bygone cardoon thistle was inadvertently barbecued. That's all, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may be so bold. You may not. Now sit down, sir. That is absolutely your last warning. The attorney for plaintiff may now present opening remarks for the court.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness.
Your honor will be quite sufficient, Counselor.
Of course, Your Honor. During the course of this hearing, we will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the robot, known ironically as B9, did commit a reckless act of violence against the plaintiff and did conspire with members of a panic-stricken Master Gardener group to vanquish the plaintiff from the face of the earth. Being a defenseless and gentle squash of the Cucurbita maxima species, the plaintiff in no way presented a threat to anyone, much less this mechanical menace from another time zone. In short, Your Honor, we move that the plaintiff should receive 1 million liters of vermicompost for damages and mental distress suffered in this vicious attack. Thank you, Your Grace. Your Honor.
Thank you, Counselor. Is the defense ready to make their opening statement?
We are, Your Honor.
Well, just don't stand there. Get on with it, man.
Thank you. Your Honor, our client, Robot B9, is the victim in this proceeding. There was no malice, there was no reckless disregard. The robot was about to begin his studies in the Master Gardener Level 1 course when this unfortunate incident occurred. The robot was simply trying to save the gardeners from imminent danger from an invasive vegetable gone wild. We will present irrefutable evidence that it was the plaintiff that was at fault here. The robot was called to defend all of the city's civilized gardeners against a plant that just didn't know when to stop propagating, thereby taking over the entire garden for its own evil purposes. Your Honor, the robot is innocent, and the squash, he is guilty. I say guilty. of terrorizing us all. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, I see by my watch that it's just about lunchtime, so I declare, in honor of the patron saint of gardeners, Saint Fiacre, that this court is in recess for 1 hour. Best heirloom tomato sandwich I ever did taste. This court is now back in session. If you are ready, Counselor, the plaintiff may call its first witness.
We're ready, Your Honor, but I must strenuously object to the innuendos presented to the jury by the defense in its opening statement. They are totally meritless and clearly misleading.
Objection overruled. Now get on with your witnesses before I change my mind and call a recess for an afternoon snack.
Of course, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Miss Blossom O'Thorne, the owner of the dearly departed Cardoon Thistle, who tragically perished at the hands of the defendant.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, to the best of your ability, to help other people at all times, and keep yourself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally ambiguous?
I think you went on a bit long there, bailiff.
Sorry, Your Honor. Ignore that last part. So do you?
Well, I guess so.
Now, Miss O'Thorne, did you witness the events in question regarding the unfortunate fate of your beloved Cardoon Thistle?
By golly, I sure did. I remember raising that little devil from a seedling in my personal greenhouse and entering him in the county fair where he won a blue ribbon, he did. I never seen a better thistle in all my life, which is getting to be close to a long time now, mind you.
Is that right? If you could stick to the afternoon in question, Miss Thorne, what exactly did the defendant do to your cherished prize-winning thistle?
Do? Well, it? Could you give me a hint?
Objection, Your Honor. The prosecution has obviously coached this witness to describe events that in fact did not happen.
Objection sustained. The jury will ignore the testimony of this witness. I caution the prosecution that the court looks very dimly on the sort of tactics that are being used in this courtroom and suggests that a recess for a refreshing beverage might be justified.
Your Honor, I have evidence that what Miss O'Thorne was about to offer in her testimony does indeed exist, and if it pleases the court, I can prove that very fact with actual video, taken at the very instant that the Cardoon Thistle came to its untimely demise.
Objection, Your Honor. It's my video screen, and I'm sure it's just lost all power and can't possibly work.
I'll just plug it in then, right?
Let's see it, Counselor. Lights, camera, action.
The plaintiff rests, Your Honor.
Very well. Is the defense ready to call its first witness, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor. May it please the court. The defense calls Mr. F.W. Birch.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your full name for the record.
Forest Woodland Birch.
You may now be seated.
Mr. Birch, on the afternoon in question, did you not make an urgent and desperate request to the mid-1960s for help concerning a growing fear that a certain leafy cucurbit creature was about to grow immensely out of control and create mayhem among the general population? Remember, sir, you are under oath.
I wasn't desperate. I was totally calm and collected and completely under control.
Okay, but you made a call for help, did you not?
It wasn't actually a call, it was a shortwave radio broadcast at 28.1 megahertz.
You're missing the point here. Did you or did you not send a request for help to deal with the vegetable that was threatening you and other gardeners with imminent danger and potentially soiled underwear?
It was more of a petition than a request, if you want to know the truth of the matter.
Yes, we all want to know the truth, if you would be so kind.
Well, you don't have to get all huffy about it, Sonny.
No more questions, Your Honor.
You may step down, Mr. Birch. Counselor, call your next witness and make it quick. We're coming up on afternoon tea and crumpets.
Your Honor, the defense calls Sister Rose Phalaenopsis. Do you swear, excuse me, sister, promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and as much of the truth as you can remember in mixed company?
I will do my best.
That's good enough for me.
The bailiff will refrain from making any editorial comments from now on.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Get on with it, Counselor. My tea is getting cold.
Yes, Your Honor. Sister Rose, you were at the gardens at the time in question, were you not?
Objection! Your Honor, the defense is leading the witness.
Objection sustained. Watch your language, Counselor. We have women and children in this courtroom.
I humbly apologize, Your Honor. Now, sister, where were you on the afternoon of the alleged attack by the plaintiff on the innocent and defenseless gardeners?
Objection, Your Honor. The defense is badgering the witness.
Overruled. I don't see any animals involved here. Continue with the questioning.
Sister, if you would kindly answer the question, please.
Of course, I remember it like it was just a couple of years ago. It was clear as a bell. Crystal clear, if you know what I mean. As clear as the sky on a summer morning. As clear as...
Yes, it was clear. Then what?
Well, we were all going about our gardening as usual. You know, planting, weeding, troweling, and cultivating and such, when I heard a blood-curdling scream. A scream so horrible, I will never forget it. A scream so loud, it could wake Beethoven. In his later years, of course.
The squash monster starting his attack?
Oh, no. It was old Jedediah. Saints preserve us. He had just whacked his toe with a rusty hoe, trying to get rid of that big old stand of burdock.
Go on, sister. What happened after that?
Let me think now. Oh yes, we naturally all gathered round and tried to comfort the poor old soul till the help helicopter came and whisked him away to the medical center. I tell you what, that was quite the day. What with the National Guard and the fire department and that kindly SWAT team coming so fast to help out Jedediah.
What about the squash? What was the evil squash doing all this commotion?
The what? Oh, I don't know anything about a squash. You're going to want to talk to Sister Eloise. She's the one who deals with that kind of gossip circling around the parish, my son.
It is definitely tea time.
Your Honor, the defense calls the defendant, Robot B9.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, as far back as your memory tapes can rewind?
Affirmative.
State your full name for the record.
Robot Model B9.
Robot B9, were you not summoned to defend the Master Gardeners on the afternoon in question? And did you not deliver several pounds of fresh produce from those gardeners to the local food bank before rushing back to battle a dangerous and violent squash that was running amok? And did you not risk your own central processing unit and tender memory banks in an act that may well have saved dozens, if not thousands of lives and billions of transistors?
Affirmative.
Thank you, Robot. You may now roll down from the stand. If it pleases the court, Your Honor, I would like to direct your attention to the view screen where we can see firsthand through the magic of video recorded by an innocent bystander the actual events of that fateful day when a certain vegetable caused a reign of terror the world had never seen before. As we have all just witnessed, the clear guilty party in this case is indeed the plaintiff, not the defendant. The defense rests, Your Honor.
Order! Order in this court! Order in this court! Another outburst like that, and I'll have no recourse but to clear this courtroom. Is that understood? Now, where were we? Oh, yes. It's either time for dinner or closing arguments. Gentlemen, please proceed.
Your Honor, we have all seen evidence here today that clearly demonstrates that this cybernetic screwball sitting, or rather standing, right here in this courtroom with that supercilious smirk on his capacitors, is indeed guilty as charged. Witness after witness after witness, confirming this fact, have come before this court with testimony that clearly indicates the indisputable truth. His underwhelming ability to properly identify dangerous plants was put to the test that infamous day, and sadly, this bumbling bubblehead, this Master Gardener class dropout, failed that test miserably. Gentlemen of the jury, you must arrive at the only possible conclusion today, and that is the defendant is guilty as sin.
Counselor for the defense may now make his closing remarks.
Your Honor, gentlemen of the jury, I may be just a simple country lawyer, but even I can see that video doesn't lie. We have viewed events here on the screen in this very courtroom that cannot be discounted. We have seen poor, decrepit, old, feeble, defenseless, terrified and yet very slow-running gardeners being viciously hunted by an evil and monstrous squash. What was to be done to defend these individuals? Nothing? I think not. One choice, and one choice alone was left for the gardeners, and that choice was to call for help to save their very lives and the valuable produce that they were about to donate to the community food bank. And who answered that call? Who? My client, Robot B9, that's who. The robot rose to the challenge with unparalleled courage and did its best to defend the defenseless. A hero to Master Gardeners not only here, but around the globe, if not the entire galaxy. Gentlemen, you must return a verdict of innocent, for you, like the gardeners, are left with no other choice. Justice must be served, and I insist upon it. No, I demand it. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Order, please. Order. If there are no objections, and I see that there are none, the bailiff will remand the jury to an undisclosed location for their deliberations, and we will await their verdict. This court stands in recess. Jury foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor. What say you on the question of guilt or innocence of the defendant? Your Honor, the very distinguished and intelligent jury find the defendant guilty.
Order in the court. I will have order. Do you hear? Order!
Your Honor, if I may continue, we also find the plaintiff guilty.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, we need order here. This is highly irregular. I'm not sure that it's legal to have parties of the first part and parties of the second part be found guilty by parties of the third part, or every part of the jury.
That's our verdict, and we're sticking to it.
Your Honor, under botanical law, it's perfectly regular to be highly irregular according to Part 7 of the Encyclopedia of Organic Gardening, and of course, page 4, Section 3A, Paragraph B of the official Master Gardener bylaws.
Well, in that case, I will pronounce sentencing. Robot B9, please rise. Oh, right. In light of your proven recklessness, I sentence you to attend and pass all of the Master Gardener classes, including levels 1, 2, and 3. In addition, you must complete 1,000 volunteer hours in compliance with said program. You may be seated, or just stay standing. Evil squash counselor, please rise.
Your client has also been found guilty under the statutes just quoted by the bailiff. Due to your client's unrestrained scariness, I sentence it to promise to revert to a non-invasive vegetative organism and to guarantee that its seedlings behave themselves in the future. In addition, the squash and its descendants will donate all of the fruit to the local food bank for the rest of their natural existence. I also strongly admonish some of the gardeners who I suspect haphazardly applied copious amounts of nitrogen fertilizer, which I am convinced contributed greatly to the freakish and excessively leafy green growth of the squash, and its equally excessive ambition for world domination. With that being said, this court is now adjourned. Is anyone hungry? I could use a slice of delicious squash pie right now. Yes.